first week of November 2019, and the wild girls of WildChild are conquering the wild Mona Passage, trying to make their way from the Dominican Republic to Puerto Rico. Welcome to the Atlantic Ocean. Perhaps you've never met before. This is the wild blue yonder. This is where Mother has her mood swings. It's very salty, very wet, very wavy, very blue, very continuous, and very never-ending. And the very nice thing about the ocean is that there is no COVID, there's no pandemic, there's no healthcare crisis, there are no lockdowns, there's no government or politicians to make your life difficult, there's no crashing economy, because there is no economy on the ocean. It's just water as far as the eye can see. And oh look, what is that over yonder? Is that land hoe? A hoe? Where's a hoe? Is that a hoe? That's not a hoe. That's land. Why do they call it land hoe? I'm not sure. I think we found some land. Guess what I did all day? I stared at the land. I stared at the island that's right there, right in front of us, for hours and hours and hours and hours. It never seems to move, and we never seem to get closer. Why does this take so long? Finally, land. We're so close. Look at that. That's Puerto Rico in the background. We've been out here for hours and hours and days, and finally we see land, and we're so close, and we just want to get to land. And it still seems to be taking forever. Uh-oh. The sun is setting. It looks like we're running out of time. And the problem is we're really close. And we're going to land in the dark. In an unfamiliar port. Isn't landing in the dark in an unfamiliar port a bad thing? Yeah, I think it's a bad thing. I think we're going to do it anyways, though. Maybe if we're really lucky, we'll get clobbered by that nasty storm just after the sun sets in the dark. If only there was some kind of annoying radio beacon to warn us.
Well, it's Monday evening around 5:45. We're going on the second night now in the Mona Passage crossing. We're within sight of Puerto Rico, so that's good, but given that it's kind of upwind and we have light swirly winds, the odds are good that we're not going to make it before dark, which as you can see is in like 20 minutes. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to arrive in the middle of the night, which isn't really happy for us, so we may have to go slow, heave to, wander around out here, or make a nighttime landing. I'm not sure. The Mayaguez harbor actually looks pretty easy, like 2 markers and pretty safe inside, so I might try to do it in the dark. Oh,
that's right, you stupid radio. Don't make me come over there to get you.
I should turn off weather alerts. Recording? So, we didn't time this very well. The Mona Passage crossing went way better than expected and sooner. It's almost 8 o'clock in the evening, and we're only like 5 or 10 miles away from Puerto Rico. We're going to be landing in the dark, and I never like to land in the dark, so I'm just reviewing the navionics chart on the tablet for more detailed access to information. We're going to get the thermal imager to be able to watch. We're going to watch on the helm. We're going to land in a foreign port in the dark and blind. But we have radar, we have a thermal imaging camera, we have good charts, and hopefully this should be an easy one to land in. I won't be able to film it for you, but let's see in the morning how this goes.
Screw it. I hold the camera up to the night vision goggles just to sort of give you guys an idea as to the conditions we're landing in. That's Puerto Rico, and it's pitch black out. This is through the night vision goggles. We're looking for channel marks, reefs, and other boats. The night vision goggles amplify any light, so it makes the lights in the distance more clear, but it's not helping us find the buoys. It is not easy to land a yacht in pitch black darkness. Even with all my toys, you can't see anything. It's very hard to find the channel marks. We are sailing, we are not motoring, and we are sailing slowly, but we are sailing. There's a lot of shallows around here and it can be quite dangerous. I'm going off my chart plotter and my imaging cameras. My thermal imager shows me the water line better, gives me a better shot at seeing the buoys and the marks out there. I'm standing on deck calling back instructions to Elena. Slowly, I feel my way into the harbor of Mayaguez.
So, we're making our way into Puerto Rico now. It's dark. It's like after 10 p.m. We're going into a foreign port in the dark. There's supposed to be two lighted buoys at the channel, a red and a green. With the earlier camera footage I showed you, I tried looking with the night vision goggles because they would amplify any dim amount of light. We can't find them. I looked with the thermal imaging camera to see if I could see any heat signature from the buoys. Can't find them. We're 2 miles away. We're less, like 1.8 miles away, and we can't find those buoys. It's dark, so we just can't see them. So we are going into a foreign port, like in the dark, by radar and chart plotter. I mean, it should be an okay port once we get in. We gotta find those buoys. We don't want to hit them, and we can't see anything. We're going blind. And I don't know, sailing into a foreign port blind is not fun, it's bad. 9.2 over 3.5, wind angle 45 degrees, distance to target 1.8 miles, and we can't see it. I'm nervous. We're aiming for these two marks in the dark, but they're not lit up. I've got Elena on deck trying to find them. They might have radio transmitters on them, because when I turn on my radar, I do get a radar reflection from them. So there are physical buoys there. We just can't see the lights of them. So I'm wondering if the square dot means that they actually have AIS transmitters giving their location instead of lights. We just gotta get in there. There's Puerto Rico. We want to anchor over here somewheres. We gotta get through this shipping channel here.
I've been out here sailing for a while now, and I've learned a lot of very important, valuable captain's lessons. Number one is never trust the chart plotter to give you the locations of channel marks and buoys. They're never that accurate, they move over time, and the charts don't get updated. It seems easy to navigate into a foreign port blind, you know, just have total faith in your chart plotter, but it never works out that way. I always want confirmation in some way that the channel marks line up or are close to what my chart plotter tells me. If you get this wrong, you could smash and crash, get wrecked, lose your home and everything you own. The stakes are high.
So we weren't able to show it to you, but we just furled the Jenny, dropped the main, put it away in the happy pack, and now we're motoring in. You can see our depth at 41 feet here, 41.4. We got to get down to around 20 or 30 feet of depth, which should come up soon, and we'll just drop the hook over there. We're really not sure where we are, so we're not going to tuck into like the nearest.
The problem with night sailing is there's nothing to show you but darkness. We invaded America, we invaded Puerto Rico under the stealthy cover of total darkness. As soon as I saw 25 feet on my chart plotter, screw that, I dropped the hook right there. I wasn't going to fuss around trying to get closer to shore. There was no point.
Well, you are looking at two very tired girls at sometime after midnight on some day of some week and some month and some year somewheres. The good news is it looks like this anchorage is a lot less rolly than the last one, so that's good. Hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep. we'll call the authorities in the morning and just deal with whatever blah 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 is important to them. But right now, we're really tired. We've been out there for more than a week now. Like, we have not stepped foot off the boat in more than a week. We need to rest. So, good night, guys. We're going to sleep. We'll deal with all the rest of this in the morning.